Hello and welcome to the daily English news program in Azərbaycan Television with most important events of the day. I'm your host, İlham. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham Aliyev, has received a delegation led by Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs of the State of Qatar, co-chair of the Qatar-Azerbaijan Intergovernmental Commission, Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani.
Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani extended Emir of the State of Qatar, His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani's greetings to the Azerbaijani President. The head of state thanked for the greetings and asked the Deputy Prime Minister to extend his greetings to the Emir of the State of Qatar. The sides held the development of bilateral ties between Azerbaijan and Qatar in various fields. They noted that the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs of the State of Qatar, Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani's visit to Azerbaijan creates good opportunities for discussion of bilateral relations and regional issues. Underlining the importance of the meeting of Joint Intergovernmental Commission to be held in Baku, the sides also emphasized the necessity of expanding cooperation in economic and the trade spheres, as well as increasing the volume of mutual trade. A great potential for mutual investment as well as for investment in third countries was also pointed out. The sides also discussed prospects for tourism cooperation in the post-pandemic period.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham Aliyev, received Minister of Labor and Social Security of the Republic of Turkey, Vedat Bilgin.
Vedat Bilgin extended Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's greetings to the head of state. President İlham Aliyev thanked for Recep Tayyip Erdogan's greetings and asked the minister to extend his greetings to the Turkish president. Underlining the successful development of Azerbaijan-Turkey friendly and brotherly relations in all areas, the sides noted that the visit of the Turkish Minister of Labor and Social Security would contribute to the expansion of cooperation between the two countries' relevant agencies. Pointing out good cooperation in social work as in other fields, the importance of the exchange of experience in this area was hailed. The importance of discussing the regulation of the labor market, social protection of Azerbaijani citizens working in Turkey and Turkish citizens working in Azerbaijan was also noted at the meeting.
As we have already reported, on October 17th, President İlham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva made a trip to Füzuli region.
President İlham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva arrived in Füzuli region. The head of state led the foundation of the Füzuli-Afgan highway. The road, 64.8 kilometers long and 15 meters wide, will have 4 lanes. The construction of this road, which is a continuation of Berdagdam Highway, will provide convenient movement of people from Berda to Füzuli. President İlham Aliyev got acquainted with the new smart village, which will be laid in the village of Dövlətyarlı, Füzuli region. According to the smart village project, which will use green and alternative energy and the smart management system, at the initial stage, it is planned to build a total of 453 4- and 5-room houses. The head of state was also informed about private investments to be made in the village and projects to provide employment. President İlham Aliyev laid the foundation of a smart village. President İlham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva familiarized themselves with the conditions created at the Füzuli International Airport. All construction and landscaping work has been completed. All works at the airport were carried out in accordance with the international norms and standards. President İlham Aliyev took part in the groundbreaking ceremony for the digital substation control center in the city of Füzuli. The new generation substation provides high accuracy, the uniformity of all measurements, automation allows to reduce the influence of the human factor on the operation of the network, increases its reliability, and reduces losses during power transmission. During their trip to Füzuli, President İlham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva were informed about the new park being created. A 21-hectare forest park will be built here for residents and guests of the city. It is planned to lay a bicycle road with a length of 8.2 kilometers and a pedestrian path with a length of 7.5 kilometers on the territory. A multi-apartment residential quarter which will cover 17.8 hectares of the territory and will be built and commissioned in stages will be built in the city of Füzuli. At the first stage, 4 5-story buildings with 65 1, 2, 3 and 4-room apartments will be built. President İlham Aliyev led the foundation of the first multi-apartment residential area in the city of Füzuli. Then President İlham Aliyev and First Lady Mihriban Aliyeva met with representatives of the public in Füzuli region. Congratulating the residents of the region, President İlham Aliyev recalled that a year ago the glorious Azerbaijani army liberated the city of Füzuli and several villages from the occupiers, noted the very great importance of the liberation of Füzuli, stressed that the liberation of the city of Füzuli gave us additional spiritual strengths, and demonstrating decisiveness, the armed forces of Azerbaijan successfully continued their rescue mission. 3 days after the liberation of Füzuli, the city of Zengilan was liberated, and 5 days later, Kubadli, after which we went to the Laçın corridor. The head of state spoke about the atrocities committed by Armenians in Füzuli as well as in other areas that were under occupation, noted that master plan of Füzuli, a concept for the development of villages and the first infrastructure projects have already been launched in Füzuli. The head of state stressed that the war remained in history, we had to look to the future, and today we are creating the future with our own hands. Life is returning to Füzuli and will return. I am sure that both the city of Füzuli and the villages of the region will flourish soon, said President İlham Aliyev, and added that the cutting edge will be applied in the liberated territories. The head of state shared his opinion on the date of October 18th. As you know, on my initiative, the Milli Meclis of Azerbaijan made amendments in connection with our national holidays, and I believe that these amendments are fully consistent with historical truths and historical justice, said President İlham Aliyev, and stressed that the then authorities very late adopted the decision to declare independence in 1991, noted that on November 17, 1990, on the initiative of the nationwide leader, the name of Nakhchivan Autonomous Soviet Socialist Republic was changed. The words Soviet Socialist were removed. The tricolor flag of the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic was adopted in Nakhchivan as an official flag. The residents of the region who took the floor thanked President İlham Aliyev for the liberation of our lands, including Füzuli, from the occupation. Then President İlham Aliyev led the foundation of the memorial complex in the city of Füzuli.
President İlham Aliyev addressed the nation on the occasion of the 30th anniversary of independence. The address states, "Dear fellow compatriots, I sincerely congratulate you on the occasion of the 30th anniversary of the revival of the statehood traditions of our people, the restoration of our independence. On 18th October 1991, Azerbaijan obtained the opportunity to gain independence for the second time in the 20th century and declared to the world that it was the successor of the Azerbaijani Democratic Republic with a constitutional act on state independence of the Republic of Azerbaijan. In the first years of independence, Azerbaijan was faced with many threats and severe tests. Internal strife, arbitrariness, and incompetence in public administration, as well as a severe political and economic crisis, brought the country to the brink of war and called its future into question. It was under these conditions that the Azerbaijani lands were occupied by the Armenian armed forces, and hundreds of thousands of our fellow compatriots were expelled from their ancestral lands. What was happening was further evidence of the fact that it is far more difficult to preserve independence than to gain it. In this difficult period in Azerbaijan's history, great leader Heydar Aliyev returned to power at the request of the people. Only then was the threat of losing independence again prevented. In a short period of time, the fundamental principles of our country's independent domestic and foreign policy strategy were identified. Public and political stability and state discipline were ensured. and the implementation of democratic reforms and the army-building process began. By signing the contract of the century, which has played the key role in the future of the country, Azerbaijan secured a special place on the world energy map, joined the process of integration into the global economic environment, and took bold steps leading to future success. Today, our country is an initiator and active participant in major regional and global projects. Azerbaijan pursues an independent foreign policy based on its national interests and is globally recognized as a reliable partner. In recent years, our economy has more than tripled. Strong economic infrastructure has been created. Significant progress has been made in the protection, development and promotion of our cultural heritage, education, health and other social spheres, and the material well-being of our people has improved significantly. Despite the fact that 20% of its lands were under occupation for almost 30 years, and there were more than 1 million refugees and IDPs, Azerbaijan has always confidently advanced towards its goals and not deviated from its goals. The logical result of the strategic line to the comprehensive development of Azerbaijan for many years and the continuous work done to further strengthen our country has been the restoration of historical justice, the reinstatement of the territorial integrity of our country. Demonstrating true heroism and patriotism on the battlefield, our brave army saved our lands from occupation in just 44 days. The patriotic war waged by the Azerbaijani people resulted in the signing of an act of capitulation on the part of Armenia. Azerbaijan's victory in the patriotic war has created new realities in our region. Our historic victory is the beginning of a new era in the development of both our country and the region as a whole. We once again express our gratitude to all our brave sons who gave us the victory and respectfully commemorate the memory of our martyrs who died for the territorial integrity of our motherland. Dear fellow compatriots, following the adoption of the draft law put forward on my initiative, 18th October will from now on be celebrated as the day of the restoration of independence in our country. Today, for the first time in our 30-year history of independence, we are celebrating the anniversary of the restoration of our independence as a victorious nation that has restored its territorial integrity. I once again sincerely congratulate all the people of Azerbaijan on this significant event in our recent history and wish you all the best. Our independence is eternal, irreversible and unshakable. Ilham, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan. Baku, 18th October 2021. First Vice President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Mehriban made an Instagram post on the Day of Restoration of Independence. The post says, "Today we are celebrating the Day of Restoration of Independence, which embodies the state's sovereignty, the freedom, strong will and solidarity of our people. I sincerely congratulate all the people of Azerbaijan on this holiday and wish each of our fellow citizens robust health, love, joy and happiness. I ask God's mercy for all our martyrs who died for the motherland. May the state independence of Azerbaijan, peace and tranquility in our country last forever." The 30th anniversary of the restoration of the independence of brotherly Azerbaijan is more beautiful with the liberation of Karabakh from occupation. Long live the tricolor flag, dear Azerbaijan. Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Çavuşoğlu wrote on his Twitter account on the occasion of restoration of independence of Azerbaijan. Azerbaijani Foreign Minister Ceyhun Bayramov received Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Qatar, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani, who arrived in Azerbaijan on an official visit. The meeting also discussed cooperation in the economic sphere, investment, trade projects, the development of cooperation in the field of alternative energy, and the involvement of Qatari companies in the restoration of Karabakh. During the meeting, an agreement was signed on the mutual abolition of visas for persons with general civil passports between the governments of Azerbaijan and Qatar. Then a press conference of Azerbaijani, Qatari foreign ministers was held, stressing the useful cooperation between the state of Qatar and Azerbaijan on bilateral and multilateral international platforms. Minister Ceyhun Bayramov expressed confidence that this visit will have a positive impact on the comprehensive development of bilateral relations. Speaking about Karabakh problems, Minister said that although the Armenian political leadership has recently given some positive messages, no effective steps have been taken so far. That was all for today. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.